Alright guys, how's it going? So I've had a bit of a kickback day today. Yesterday I did 13 videos, today hardly anything, because I won't make videos just for the sake of doing them. I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that are recording videos about anything and every fucking thing for a few views, hits, revenue and a bit of interaction and engagement, but not me. And I've got my grandson here, my daughter here from England, which is very rare. So it's worked out well for me today. I've been able to kick back. However, I had to surface because Jose Felix Diaz published an article today about Canate and Real Madrid after 15 days of nothing. So I've done a video about that. Then I did a video about Traitor Trent. I took the notes this morning, but I wasn't going to rush out to record it. But I thought, well, I might as well do it now. I'm sat here. Now, before I go back to family life, I just thought, I'll have a quick look online and see if I've missed anything, you know, to do with Alexander Isak today. And the only thing I could see, really, was some quotes from Ben Jacobs. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really interested in what Ben Jacobs has got to say, but maybe you are. And it's not for me to be selective and pick just them bits and that. You've got to make your own opinions, right? So this is what he said, all right? This is exactly what Ben Jacobs said, or what he's been quoted as saying. It's in a tweet, and it's quotes attributed to him. Liverpool, if they're back in talks with Newcastle, are only coming to collect Alexander Isak. They're not coming to be speculative. They're not coming for a back and forth. Liverpool are only going to come back to the table if they know that this, Isak, is happening. If there's a development club to club, I think Liverpool fans can get very excited very quickly. And I read that and I thought, does he actually fucking say anything there? So I sent that screenshot to Dave, my AI assistant. I've been training him since last year to study football articles, the journalists that write them, the platforms and publications that carry them, all right? And I threw that at him and I says, Dave, does Jacobs actually say anything here? WTF? Then he replied and he says, don't, honestly, no. This is classic Ben Jacobs waffle. Strip away the dramatic pauses and if-then framing, and here's what's actually being said. Liverpool will only bid for Isak if they think they can get him. That's it. No new offer, no confirmation of talks, no shift in Newcastle stance, no inside scoop from either camp. He's essentially dressing up the bleeding obvious in transfer journalism theatre. Liverpool won't waste time unless they think it's possible. Well, yeah, that's how every transfer works, Dunk. It's the sort of content you can repeat daily without ever being wrong, while making it sound like you're plugged into Anfield's boardroom, right? So he's just saying it's a load of waffle, basically. And he concludes, Dave, by saying, it's like saying, if you only pour beer into your glass when the tap is working, you'll probably end up with beer in your glass. Which is spot on. I mean, like, what the fuck is that all about? Anyway, that's it. I haven't seen any of the Newcastle or North East journalists having a meltdown today. My personal opinion regarding Alexander Isak is it will still happen this window. If it didn't happen this window, I don't think it stops there. I think Alexander Isak is going to end up a Liverpool player, but I'm not going to leave the door open on that because I still think he's going to sign this window. I'm convinced that behind the scenes, there's a lot more happening that the public doesn't know. And I think a lot of that is theatre that's being played out to maybe soften the blow with Newcastle fans. And yeah, I think that people assume Newcastle and Liverpool hate each other. The fans might do at the moment because everyone's losing the shit, which is a shame because I really like Newcastle Football Club and the fans and the city and everything. But I'm sure it'll settle down again. But the clubs, I think there's respect there and they know what they're doing. I think Newcastle want to sell him. I've always thought that. Before the window opened, I said I think Liverpool will go in for him towards the end of the window. So I think it will happen. All right. If anything comes up of significant interest, if Paul Joyce drops an article or David Ornstein says anything of interest, I will be back with you guys. All right. But for now, I'm going to stand down. I can hear food being prepared down there. My grandson's down at that table waiting for his granddad. So I'm going to go and see him, all right? I intend to be back at the cafe in the morning to review the Spanish football dailies, and I expect there to be stuff about Canate in them tomorrow. Okay, guys, if you found this video remotely interesting, or any, I'm not sure you find Ben Jacobs interesting, but I'm sure he's a nice fella. But if you found the video informative, There you go. Please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment on the situation. Have I missed anything today? Is there anything I should be discussing? Please bring it to my attention. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there's a super thanks button under the video. It's a love heart. Anyone that supports my channel via that, I always give them a shout out the next day on the morning briefings. The morning briefings are published on my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham, the link of which to that channel is in the video description, and it will be on the screen around now. All right, guys? But you know what? I just appreciate it if you drop me a comment. All right, man. Thanks. I'll speak to you soon.